Hey guys, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Two Neighbors. So Adam, what are we watching today?
All right, Ryan, we're gonna, educate ourselves once again, and this is 65 quick facts to make you the most interesting person in the room.
Party talking points. Nice. If we can ever have a party again.
I'm the most interesting person in the room.
You have the beard to prove it.
It's true. You can always trust a guy with a nice...
Sure, you go into a party, you're
beard.
like, that guy's got a beard, I'll go talk to him. For sure he has 65 interesting facts that I don't know.
Yeah, so, I'm always interested to, broaden my brain a little bit, and I think we can learn something here.
It appears we'll learn 65 things.
65 things, so get ready, guys. Before we begin, please, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, Two Neighbors. It takes 2 seconds, and don't forget to turn on that little bell for notifications because we post content every single day. And check out our sponsor, OKSwag.com. Punch in Two Neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off, plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag. Get yours today, now serving USA and Canada. Ryan?
Yes, sir.
Will you do the honors?
Let's go.
There are more twins today than ever. This is because the later you decide to give birth, the higher your chances to get twins. And
I
people
know that.
today tend to create families later than ever before.
Gotta make
There
up for
are
lost
more
time
living
somehow.
things on and inside your body than there are people on Earth. And not just twice or 3 times so. The numbers are simply mind-blowing. Speaking of which, bacteria make up from 2 to 9 pounds of your body weight. It's hard to imagine how many of them there are in your body. If you have a kid, be prepared for question bombardment. An average 4-year-old asks something over 400 times per day.
Wow.
Yep,
There's a chili pepper
What's
you
this?
can't
What's
eat if you want
that?
to stay alive. It's never used in cooking, though. It was designed as a painkiller. Scientists believe Leonardo da Vinci could write with one hand and draw pictures with the other at the same time.
That's
Talk
insane.
about multitasking.
That's pretty crazy.
Your outer skin gets totally replaced each month. Overall, an average human sheds about 40 pounds of skin throughout their life. There's a room in Microsoft's headquarters in Washington that holds a world record for being the quietest room in the world.
Glenda Gates owns it now.
Inside it,
Half of it
you
at
can
least.
feel your heart beating. In August 2010, Beijing witnessed the longest traffic jam ever. It lasted 10 days and was 62 miles long.
10
The
days.
metric system is the
Are you
most
taking shits
widely
in your
accepted
car?
system of measurement in the world. Only 3 countries still use the imperial units: Liberia, Myanmar, and the U.S. John D. Rockefeller still holds the record as the richest man in the world.
Oh, really?
His net worth, adjusted for inflation, is 10 times more than that of Bill Gates.
Wow.
Starfish can not
Wow.
only regenerate their lost limbs, but even a limb can regenerate the whole starfish.
Whoa.
Well, that's cool.
That is
One
cool.
way of breeding.
Thanks to the Montreal Protocol, signed in 1987, scientists believe the Earth's ozone layer will fully restore itself within a half-century.
We used to
Which
hear
it
so
has,
much about
yeah.
it.
Which it
In
has.
2011, Forbes decided to estimate the net worth of Scrooge McDuck. They came to a conclusion that it was $44.1 billion.
Makes sense. I wonder how they got the .1.
Yeah.
Together,
That's
all
accurate.
ants in the world will weigh as much as the whole human population of the planet, and then some.
What?
Chicken are more than twice as numerous as humans. In 2009, their overall number in the world was estimated to be 18.6 billion.
Yeah, we're eating them all the time.
Half price wing night should be quarter price wing night.
Yeah,
When it comes
right?
to national flags, there are just 2 countries in the world that use it in theirs: Dominica and Nicaragua. If you've seen snow in your lifetime, consider yourself lucky. 2/3 of people on the planet can't say the same thing about themselves.
We've seen enough for
We've seen lots
everybody.
of stuff.
Domestic chicken is the closest relative of dinosaurs.
What?
Yes, including the mighty T-Rex.
What?
Leaves on trees turn yellow and red come fall because they don't have enough warmth and sunlight to produce the green pigment chlorophyll. Cold nights and bright sunny days mean more vibrant colors. Bart Simpson should be older now than his mother was in the first season of the show. That is, if the Yellow family aged normally. There's a
Well, they're not
$20
real,
coin
so
made
they
in
don't age.
1933 that was sold 70 years later for more than $7 billion. Also, it was never actually used as currency. Don't ever suppress a sneeze if you don't absolutely have to.
100
The
kilometers
pressure
an
can
hour,
result in a rupture
100
of a
miles.
blood vessel in your head or neck, which can lead to injury. There's a town in Honduras where every year, at around the same time of the year, it rains fish. Scientists don't have an explanation for this phenomenon yet. Although there are 24
Very
hours
often
in
you're
a day,
religious.
there are more than 24 time zones on the globe.
Like
Some of
Newfoundland.
them are just 45 or even 30
Half
minutes
an hour,
apart from
half hour
their closest
time zone.
neighbors. Jeep is actually an abbreviation. Originally, it was called a GP, or a General Purpose Vehicle. The first Native American to greet the Pilgrims, whose name was Samoset, could speak English even before he met them. Sweden is the largest island country in the world. It has over 221,800 islands, only about 1,000 of which are inhabited. A jellyfish melts in the sun because it's 95% water. Talk about cucumbers. In 2012, twin girls Amy and Katie were born 87 days apart.
What?
They're now in the Guinness World Record
She in
for the
labor the whole
longest
time?
gap between the birth of twins.
Can they expand on that one?
All zoo belong to China. If you see a giant panda at a zoo, you can be sure it's just a guest there. If you were to watch every video on YouTube, you'd have to spend 1,000 years on that. And then about 1,000 times more because of all the new videos that would appear by then.
And the ads.
It's so flexible, it can fit into a ballpoint pen size hole. If you cage one, make sure the grid is small enough. The most popular language in the world is not English, and by far. The title belongs to Mandarin Chinese, with over 1 billion speakers around the globe. The record for the longest lasting hiccups belongs to a man named Charles Osborne.
69
He had this
years.
condition for 69 years
Oh,
straight.
Wow.
God.
Human fingers are extremely sensitive as an evolutionary perk. If your fingertips were the size of Earth, you'd feel the difference between a one-story house and a car. China is home to the most bicycles in the world. However, the most bike-friendly city is Copenhagen in Denmark. A giraffe's tongue is so long, the animal can clean its own ears with it, which it does every so often. I am jealous.
I always want to lick my own
A
ear.
hummingbird's heart beats at an average rate of 1,200 beats per minute. That's 20 beats per second.
It's got to
Only
move those
about
wings fast.
86% of the world's adult population can read, and is considered a huge leap forward compared to half a century ago.
That's a pretty high percentage.
Lobsters, due to their cold-blooded nature, can come back to life after being frozen and thawed again. And they are delicious. Just saying.
Yes, they are.
Prairie dogs kiss each other to say hi. Aww.
That's cute.
Facebook can qualify as a country of its own. Today, there are over 2 billion people using it, which is more than the population of the US, China, and Brazil combined. Africa is a challenger, though. By 2050, it's estimated to grow to 2.3 billion people living there. During a flight on an airplane, our sense of smell and taste is 20 to 50% lower than usual. That's why the
tomato
food
juice
on
is so
board
good.
doesn't seem delicious. Japan is home to the oldest hotel in the world. It's been welcoming guests since 705 CE.
CE?
French was the official language of England for about 450 years. In 1066, William the Conqueror, who was of the French origin, brought the language to the country. Some of the first graffiti of the similar kind we have today appeared in Pompeii. They date back almost 2,000 years. The full name of Oz, from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by L. Frank Baum, was actually Oscar Zoroaster Friedrich Isaac Norman Henkel Emmanuel Ambrose Diggs. Yeah, I can see why he shortened it to Oz.
Oz.
Less keystrokes. Cows are highly social creatures, and they even have best buddies they spend most of their time together with. They become upset if they get separated, too. In case you didn't notice, Goats have rectangular pupils, and they're the only animals with such an eye structure. There's archaeological evidence of an extinct penguin species that was about 6 feet tall. Imagine a penguin looking at you straight in the eye. Hey, nice nuts. You too, pal. It rains diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn. This happens because methane turns into carbon, which then hardens to become graphite and eventually diamond. High heels were originally
Operation
men's
Mind
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Butchers wore them to avoid blood on the floor.
That'd be an awkward sight.
Dogs don't see the world in shades of gray. In fact, they can see colors, just fewer of them than people. The name of the man who invented cotton candy was William Morrison. He was a dentist.
Good
Isn't that ironic?
Venezuela that occurs every year and lasts for about 140 to 160 nights. It even has a name, Catatumbo. Michelangelo couldn't stand painting the Sistine Chapel ceiling so much that he even wrote a poem about it. Ever got chills from listening to your favorite track? It's because your brain reacts to it by releasing dopamine, the happiness hormone. Figures. You probably know that tomatoes are technically berries, right? Well,
I was
bananas,
unaware.
peppers, and eggplants are too. John Cage, an avant-garde composer, wrote the longest musical piece in history. It's supposed to be played as slowly as possible, and it's estimated to take 639 years to play to the end.
What's the point?
Black belt in martial arts, such as karate, translates from Japanese as first step. That's because achieving the black belt is just literally the first stage of mastering the art, with much more to come yet.
Interesting.
Charlie Chaplin once entered a Charlie Chaplin look-alike contest and lost it
Yeah.
100 years later in 2012.
That's funny.
That is
Is
funny.
red and green colorblind. That's why he designed Facebook in shades of blue. That's the color he can see best.
Really?
Horseshoe crabs have a total of 10 eyes, 2 of which are located right on its hard shell. Well, what did you expect from a creature that's called a living fossil?
Really?
Alrighty.
So I actually have an interesting fact,
Yeah.
and it reminded me from the Wizard of Oz bit. But when they film the Wizard of Oz and there's a snow scene, the snow is made of asbestos.
Oh, is it really? Oh boy.
Yeah, made of asbestos. Obviously, if you guys don't know, asbestos was eventually found out to be very, very dangerous to breathe
Yeah,
in.
no bueno.
No bueno.
And
So-
especially if it's snowing down.
yeah,
it's bad
like
enough
in
being
like
in the
probably
wall.
like soft, like, you know, form of it. So yeah, that's an interesting fact. But I really enjoyed some of those. Those were like shocking.
Yeah, I got an interesting fact.
Yep.
Something you don't think about.
All right.
Do you know that you know what it feels like to lick any substance without ever having done so?
Well, by looking at the texture.
Yeah, by looking at, you can look at any substance and you know what it would feel like to lick it. This table
What it
or your
feel like,
computer.
but not what it tastes like.
Not what it tastes like. Did I say taste?
No.
Okay, yeah, what it would feel like. You know what it would feel like before you do it. You
Okay.
can literally look at anything. You look at this can or whatever,
Yeah.
and you know what it would feel like to lick that.
Yeah, you
It's
can
really weird. Your
identify
brain
the
already
texture.
identifies what it would be like. So,
Yeah.
yeah, very interesting.
But I feel like you sort that out because of like all your experiences.
but you know
with it.
exactly what it would.
But like if you're
I mean,
small
there's
and
so
looking
many
at like a
different
table for the
textures.
first time, like would a baby know? Like
I don't
I know that's
We'll
gonna be
have to ask
smooth.
a baby.
It's from
We'll have a
learning.
baby on our show next time.
Maybe we will.
But yeah, I mean, it's just interesting that like our brain knows before you've ever done something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it can identify exactly what it would. And I don't know, it's interesting if you think like look at anything in the world. There's nothing that you can look at that your brain doesn't know what it would feel like to lick that substance.
Yeah,
So,
based off learning
Yeah.
and previous experience. Yeah, so great thing. I can't believe the thing about the 40 pounds of shedding skin,
yeah.
like in a lifetime.
I don't moisturize, so I'm probably like 50 pounds.
That's like, that's another thing. It's like, you know, like the dust in your house is literally your skin cells.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Gross, I'm always vacuuming. plus 2 cats. Anyway, and a dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you have a suggestion for us, please put it down below in the comment section with hashtag myrequest and a URL link, and we will do our best to get to that video. And check out our sponsor, okanswag.com. Punch in 2 neighbors in the coupon code at checkout, and you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and pay no tax on some sweet Canadian swag, now shipping to Canada and the USA. Ryan?
Yeah.
Can you please tell these lovely people here what they should do next?
Alright guys, if you haven't done so, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Operation 20K is underway, guys. We are so close to hitting 20,000 subscribers. So hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications. We post new content every single day and we do not want you guys to miss it.
That's it for our show. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.